Hello everybody. Part number 4, first contact. However, also be aware that quite a few of your representatives are in fact fighting this danger. That not all alien abductions are conducted to your detriment, and that resistance also exists amongst those dominance-orientated races. Peace and reunification of your peoples would be a first step toward harmony with civilizations other than yours. That is precisely what those who manipulate you behind the scenes want to avoid at all costs, because by dividing, they rule. So true. This is my comment now. They also rule over those who more visibly govern you. Their strength comes from their capacity to instill mistrust and fear. This considerably harms your very cosmic nature. This message would be of no interest if these manipulators' influence were not reaching its peak, and if their misleading and murderous plans did not materialize within a few years from now. Now we speak this message, this is my comment, from 2006. Now we have 2020. Their deadlines are close, and mankind will undergo unprecedented difficulties for the next 10 cycles, years, to defend yourselves against this aggression that bears no face. You need at least to have enough information that points to the solution. Here again, appearance and body type will not be enough to tell the dominator from the ally. At your current state of psychic development, it is extremely difficult for you to distinguish between them. In addition to your intuition, training will be necessary when the time has come. Being aware of the priceless value of free will, we are inviting you to an alternative. What can we offer? We can offer you a more holistic vision of the universe and of life, constructive interactions, the experience of fair and fraternal relationships, liberating technical knowledge, eradication of suffering, controlled exercise of individual powers, access of new forms of energy, and finally, a better comprehension of consciousness. We cannot help you overcome your individual and collective fears or bring you laws that you would not have chosen. You must also work on your own selves, apply individual and collective efforts to build the world you desire and manifest the spirit to quest for new skies. What would you receive? Should you decide that such a contact take place, we would rejoice over the safeguarding of fraternal equilibrium in this region of the universe, fruitful diplomatic exchanges, and the intense joy of knowing that you are united to accomplish what you are capable of. The feeling of joy is strongly sought in the universe, for its energy is divine. What is the question we ask you? Do you wish that we show up? Really? Do you wish that? How can you answer this question? The truth of soul can be read telepathically, so you only need to clearly ask yourself the question and give your answer as clearly as your own or in a group as you wish. Being in the heart of a city or in the middle of a desert does not impact the efficiency of your answer, yes or no. Just do it as if you were speaking to yourself, but thinking about the message. This is a universal question, and these mere few words put in their context have a powerful meaning. This is why you should calmly think about it in all conscience. in order to perfectly associate your answer with the question. It is recommended that you answer after another careful reading of this message. Means read it and read it again, until really you can relate totally from A to Z to the whole message. This is my remark now. Do not rush to answer. Breathe and let all the power of your own free will penetrate you. Be proud of what you are. Then do not let hesitation get in the way. The everyday problems that you may have can weaken you. To be yourselves, forget about them for a few minutes. Feel the force that springs up in you. You are in control of yourselves. A single thought, a single answer can drastically change your near future, in one way as in another. Your individual decision of asking in your inner self that we show up on your material plane and in broad daylight is precious and essential to us. Even though you can choose the way that best suits you, rituals per se are essentially useless. A sincere request made with your heart and your own will always be perceived by those of us to whom it is sent. In your own private polling booth of your secret will, you will determine the future. What is the lever effect? The decision should be made by the greatest possible number among you, even though it might seem like a minority. It is recommended to spread this message in all kind of fashions, in as many languages as possible, to those around you, whether or not they seem receptive to this new vision of the future. Do it using a humorous tone or derision, if that can help you. My remark, I did it. When I got this message, I had 3-4 weekends with a friend and we were translating from German to Italian. And I distributed this. When I had my clients, I gave them the message. I take the cost, I printed everything, but I felt it in my heart so important to share this message. That's why, again, I'm sitting here again, I'm reading that for you, that it can penetrate you, because, guys, we are in a very crucial and very important decision-taking time. Right? I continue to read. You can even openly and publicly make fun of it if it makes you feel more comfortable. But do not be indifferent, for at least you will have exercised your free will. Forget about the false prophets and the beliefs that have been transmitted to you about us. So, also, learn to discern what you listen to. Right? My remark. This request is one of the most intimate that can be asked to you. Making a decision by yourself as an individual is your right as well as your responsibility. Passivity only leads to the absence of freedom. Yeah? My remark, we have to get out of this agony. Because we can. We can take a decision. Can. Nobody can take that away. I continue. Similarly, indecision is never efficient. If you really want to cling to your beliefs, which is something that we understand, then forcefully say no. If you don't know what to choose, do not say yes because of mere curiosity. This is not a show. This is a real daily life. We exist. We are alive. Your history has had plenty of episodes when determined men and women were able to influence the thread of events despite their small number. Just as a small number is enough to take temporal power on earth and influence the future of the majority, a small number of you can radically change your fate as an answer to the impotence in face of so much inertia and the many hurdles. You can ease mankind's birth to brotherhood. One of your thinkers once said, "Give me a handhold and I'll raise the earth." Right? If this is the earth, give me a handhold and I can rise it. And so we can do it. We have to use our free will and do it. Put it in action. What would be the consequences of a positive decision? For us, the immediate consequence of a collective favorable decision would be the materialization of many ships in your sky and on Earth. For you, the direct effect would be the rapid abandoning of many certitudes and beliefs. A simple, conclusive visual contact would have huge repercussions for your future. Much knowledge would be modified forever. The organization of your societies would be deeply upheaved forever in all fields of activity. Power would become individual because you would see for yourself that we exist as living beings, not accepting or rejecting the fact on the word of any external authority. Concretely, you would change the scale of your values. The most important thing for us is that humankind would form a single family before this unknown we would represent. Danger would slowly melt away from your homes because you would indirectly force the undesirable ones, those we name the third party, to show up and vanish. You would all bear the same name and share the same roots: mankind. Later on, peaceful and respectful exchanges would be thus possible if such is your wish. For now, he who is hungry cannot smile. He who is fearful cannot welcome us. We are sad to see men and women and children suffering to such a degree in their flesh and in their hearts when they bear such an inner light. This light can be your future. Our relationships could develop in stages. Several stages of several years or decades would occur. Demonstrative appearance of our ships, physical appearance beside human beings, collaboration in your technical and spiritual evolution, discovery of parts of the galaxy. At every stage, new choices would be offered to you. You would then decide by yourself to enter new stages if you think it necessary to your external and inner well-being. No interference would be decided upon unilaterally. We would leave as soon as you would collectively wish that we do. Depending upon the speed to spread the message across the world, several weeks or even several months will be necessary before our great appearance, if such is the decision made by the majority of those who will have used their capacity to choose, and if this message receives the necessary support. The main difference between your daily prayers to entities of a strictly spiritual nature and your current decision is extremely simple. We are technically equipped to materialize. Why such a historical dilemma? We know that foreigners are considered as enemies as long as they embody the unknown. In the first stage, the emotion that our appearance will generate will strengthen your relationship on a worldwide scale. How could you know whether our arrival is a consequence of your collective choice? For the simple reason that we would have otherwise shown up long ago at your level of existence. If we are not there yet, it is because you have not made such a decision explicitly. Some among you might think that we would make you believe in a deliberate choice of yours, so as to justify our arrival, though this would be not true. If that were the case, what interest would we have in openly giving you access to these opportunities for the benefit of the greatest number of you? How could you be certain that it is not yet another subtle maneuver of the third party to better enslave you? Because one always more efficiently fights something that is identified than what is kept hidden. Isn't the terrorism that corrodes you a blatant example? whatever. You are the sole judge in your own heart and soul. Whatever your choice, it would be respectable and respected. In the absence of human representatives, who could potentially seduce into error, you ignore everything about us as well as from about those who manipulate you without your content. In your current situation, the precautionary principle that consists in not trying to discover us no longer prevails. You are already in the Pandora's box that the third party has created around you. Whatever your decision may be, you will have to get out of it. Right? In the face of such a dilemma, one ignorance against another, you need to ask your intuition. Do you want to see us with your own eyes or simply believe what your authorities say? That is the real question. After thousands of years, one day, this choice was going to be inevitable, choosing between two unknowns. Why spread such a message among yourselves? Translate and spread this message widely. This action will affect your future in an irreversible and historical way at the scale of millennia. Otherwise, it will postpone a new opportunity to choose until several years later, at least one generation, if that generation can survive. Not choosing stands for undergoing other people's choice. Not informing others stands for running the risk of obtaining a result that is contrary to one's expectations. Remaining indifferent means giving up one's free will. It is all about your future. It is all about your evolution. It is possible that this invitation will not receive your collective assent and will be disregarded. Nevertheless, no individual desire goes unheeded in the universe. Imagine our arrival tomorrow. Thousands of ships, a unique cultural shock in today's mankind's history. It will then be too late to regret not making a choice and spreading the message because this discovery will be irreversible. We do insist that you do not rush into it, but do think about it and decide. The big media will not necessarily be interested in spreading this message. It is therefore your task, as an anonymous yet an extraordinary thinking and loving being, to transmit it. You are still the architects of your own fate. Do you wish that we show up? End of the message. Yeah. So it's done. This is the last part of this very important message. And I hope and wish that you take a decision. Yes or no. It's not right or wrong. That you take a decision. Because we have to take decision. We are responsible. We have to start to be responsible for ourselves. And not to lean on external powers. Okay. Beloved ones, I finish it here. I wish you a wonderful evening, a beautiful night, beautiful awakening and a wonderful day. Talk to you very soon. Bye.
Hello everybody, this is Akasha Marie, Galactic Human. With this message, I invite you to listen with an open heart to the following recordings. The first one is calling in, the second is arrival. Everything is connected to the 4 parts of first contact. You can find it in my recordings on my channel. we created these melodies together with my soul sister Sambakara and our galactic families. And I feel it is very important to tune in this vibration. And in case we will have a shutdown of the internet, I recommend you to listen even more to these very special frequencies and melodies, so you can repeat them on your own and store it in your heart and soul and sing it. Sing it with your heart, with your voice. Just sing. Love you all.
Ana awaken anhisikishi ishata ishkatonhan 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 hashan ishkaton eshnaton 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 eshan an as eshku as is in as is it all is all is as an agate as an Ana awaken anhisikishi ishata ishkatonhan 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 hashan ishkaton eshnaton 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 eshan an as eshku as is in as is it all is all as an agate as an Ana ikutan hisiki shikishata, ishkaton han, ishkaton han, ishkaton han hashan, ishkaton eshnaton, 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 eshan an as eshaku as, is in as is as an egg, as an Ana ikutan hisiki shikishata, ishkaton han, ishkaton han, ishkaton han hashan, ishkaton eshnaton, 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 eshan an as eshaku as, is in as as an egg, as an
This is